Hey everyone! So you're getting ready for MHT CET 2026, huh? Well, you've come to the perfect place. There's some huge changes coming down the pike this year, and we're going to break down every single one of them so you know exactly what's coming.
So, what's the deal? Is the exam really happening twice now? And is it true the difficulty is being cranked up to match JEE Main? These are the questions everyone's asking. And today, we're going to get you the official answers and clear up all the confusion.
All right, let's just dive right in. In the next few minutes, we're going to lay it all out for you. We're talking exam dates, the new pattern, a solid strategy, and even a super important document you absolutely cannot forget about. Okay, first things first. Let's talk about the biggest update for 2026, the exam schedule. For the very first time, MHT CET is going to be held in 2 separate sessions. And honestly, this is a total game changer. Here's why. Here's how it works. You've got session 1 in April and then session 2 in May. But the best part, by far, is the best of 2 rule. You can take one exam or you can take both, and they will only count your highest percentile for admissions. That gives you an incredible second chance to really nail your score. And here are the official, though still tentative dates you need to get on your calendar right now. For all you PCM folks, your first shot is between April 11th and 19th, and your second chance is May 14th to 17th. For the PCB group, it's April 21st to 26th, and then your second go is on May 10th and 11th. These dates are literally the foundation of your whole prep plan, so make sure you've got them down cold. So, now you know when the exam is. Let's talk about what's on the exam. Getting a solid handle on the syllabus and the pattern is pretty much the bedrock of any good strategy. Okay, this is absolutely crucial. The exam puts a massive 80% focus on the Class 12 Maharashtra State Board syllabus. Only 20% comes from Class 11. What does that tell you? It tells you exactly where to put your energy. If you can master your Class 12 textbooks, you've basically got most of the paper in the bag. For the PCM group, the pattern is really straightforward. You'll get 90 minutes for physics and chemistry combined. That's 100 questions for 100 marks. Then you get a whole separate 90 minutes just for mathematics, with 50 questions, but these are worth 2 marks each, so that's another 100 marks. So, grand total, 150 questions, 200 marks, and 180 minutes. The big takeaway here, speed is absolutely everything. All right, let's talk about another major update that you've got to have on your radar. The authorities have made things official when it comes to the difficulty level for the 2026 exam. This is a really big shift. The questions are going to be more application-based, right on par with national exams, like JEE Main and NEET. But, and this is a huge but, here's the silver lining. There is still no negative marking. What that means for you is you should go for it and attempt every single question. Don't leave anything blank, because you literally have nothing to lose. So all of this brings us to a really important question that a lot of you are probably asking. Should you be focusing on MHT CET or on JEE Main? Let's kind of break down the differences so you can make the right call for you. Okay, let's put them side by side. MHT CET is a state-level exam. It follows the state board books, there's no negative marking, and it's all about moving fast. On the other hand, JEE Main is national. It's based on the NCERT syllabus, it does have negative marking, and it's really testing how deep your understanding is against way more competition. Bottom line, your strategy for each of these exams has to be completely different. So how do you decide? Well, it really just comes down to your ultimate goal. If you're dreaming of getting into an IIT or an NIT, then your main priority has to be JEE Main. The prep for that will pretty much cover about 90% of the MHT CET syllabus anyway. But if you're aiming for a top-tier Maharashtra college like COEP or VJTI, then your focus should be laser-sharp on MHT CET. In that case, mastering those state board textbooks is your most direct route to a great rank. All right, so you've got your strategy lined up. Now let's talk about your toolkit. What are the absolute best resources to help you prep smart and not just hard? There's this one resource that you hear about again and again from the top performers and the coaches who specialize in this stuff. It's a book built from the ground up just for MHT CET by the very people who know this exam inside and out. It's called the Maharashtra CET Champion. So what's so great about it? Well, for starters, it's an all-in-one for physics, chemistry, and maths. It's packed with the most relevant practice questions from the last 3 years of exams. Plus, and this is awesome, it comes with free digital handwritten solutions for every single question. So you're not just practicing, you're understanding the how. It's just a fantastic tool for focused, efficient prep. But I mean, why are we doing all this prep, right? The goal, the big prize, is getting a spot in one of Maharashtra's best engineering colleges. So let's actually look at the targets you should be aiming for. Here's a quick look at some of the top colleges and their 2024 cutoff ranks for computer science. As you can see, the competition is no joke. To get into a place like COEP, you needed a rank around 319. For PICT, it was about 733, and for SPIT, 825. Seeing these numbers gives you a real concrete goal to shoot for. Okay, we have covered the dates, the syllabus, the strategy, and the goals. But there is one last thing. A piece of paper that is so critical that if you forget it, it could jeopardize your admission, no matter how amazing your score is. Any ideas what it could be? It's not your mark sheet. It's not your admit card. No. It's the one thing that proves you're eligible for the most valuable piece of the admissions pie in the entire state. It's the Domicile Certificate. This little piece of paper is your official proof that you're a resident of Maharashtra. And without it, you cannot claim the 85% home state quota. That means you'd be stuck competing for the tiny all-India quota, where the cutoffs are way, way higher. It is an absolute must-have. And listen up, if you're under 18, there is a very specific process you have to follow. You can't just apply by yourself. First, your father has to apply for and get his domicile certificate, and that can take a month or so. Once he has his, then you can apply for your own, and you'll use a copy of his certificate to prove everything. The main point here is you need to start this process now. Don't wait. You do not want any last-minute drama during admissions. So there you have it. You've got the scoop on the 2 sessions, the JEE level difficulty, how the syllabus is weighted, and the key strategies you need to win. We've basically handed you the complete blueprint for MHT CET 2026. The path is clear. Now the only question left is, what are you going to do to start working towards those goals?